important tool for countries to promote trade and investment liberalization and facilitation, as well as global economic growth. According to WTO statistics, currently 284 free trade agreements or preferential trade agreements are in force around the world, and another 384 are under negotiation. China has prioritized FTA development as a national strategy, endeavors to establish a high standard and globally oriented FTA network covering neighbors countries along the Belt and Road Initiative. At present, China has signed 17 FTAs with 25 economies, and China will continue to proactively implement the FTA strategy for lifting the level of its opening up. China has been fostering close economic exchanges with LDCs over the years. Since 2009, China has been the largest export market for LDCs, absorbing 1/5 of the exports from LDCs. China has granted zero tariff treatment to 97% of exports of the 38 LDCs which have established diplomatic ties with China. In the past 5 years, the tariff reduction and exemption amounted to 4.2 billion RMB. The first China International Import Expo has attracted nearly 150 companies from 35 LDCs to share opportunities from China's development. Nonetheless, we also notice that many enterprises, especially micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, are not well aware of the FTA preferential tariffs and special preferential systems. We have a lot of work to do to help them in this regard. With the launch of the international version of the Smart FTAX system for China-ASEAN Free Trade Agreement at the International Trade Single Window of Malaysia, Chinese and Malaysian enterprises will conveniently find relevant information on goods, including FTA tariff rates, rules of origin, harmonized system codes, and other regulatory rules. I believe this system will contribute to the increase in China-Malaysia trade, and I also look forward to the collaboration between International Trade Center and APMA Operational Center to develop the smart, free tariff system for LDCs. Ladies and gentlemen, China is unswervingly advancing a new round of high-level opening up. President Xi Jinping announced a series of major initiatives to further expand the opening up at the Boer Forum last April, and today at the CIIE opening ceremony. Recently, we have lowered import tariffs on nearly 3,300 tariff lines and reduced restrictive measures on foreign investment from 63 to 48. The first China International Import Expo opened today is another big move by the government of China to firmly support trade liberalization and economic globalization. And we would like to make joint efforts with the rest of the world to promote global economic growth and trade prosperity, and to bring the dividends of free trade and China's opening up to businesses and people across the globe. To conclude, I wish everyone a very pleasant stay in Shanghai, in China. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Minister Wang. Next, we are very honored to have Minister Dario Ling King to deliver his speech.
Thank you very much. Good evening and ni hao to my friend, Your Excellency Wang Shouwen. Thank you very much for being with us. To all the panels here, Datu and Doctor, thank you, as well as ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the invitation. It gives me great pleasure to see all of you all here, and I feel privileged to be able to join Smart FTX, a collaboration between Dagang Next Exchange, Berhad, DNEX, DNEX, is it? DNEX, okay, and Asia Pacific E-Port Network, APMAN. There's so many abbreviations these days. but I'm sure you all understand when I use the abbreviations. The bilateral trade between our two countries, of course, Malaysia is an open economy and a trading nation, China being one of our largest trading partners. Strategically, we are located at the Straits of Malacca, and it sits on a major shipping channel that connects the Indian Ocean to the west and Pacific Ocean to the east. Malaysia recognizes the importance of international trade relations for the nation's growth and development. Hence, Malaysia's reliance on international trade, it practices high emphasis on regional and bilateral trade agreements. Thus far, Malaysia have implemented 7 bilateral FTAs and 6 regional FTAs, with the ASEAN-Hong Kong FTA soon to be implemented on the 1st January 2019. In terms of trade, with partners of Malaysia's free trade agreements, Malaysia's total trade value stood at RM 1.12 trillion in 2017, with export valued at 590.15 billion, while imports totaled 532.57 billion. FTA partner countries contributed 63.1% of Malaysia's total export in 2017. The ASEAN-China Free Trade Area is a free trade area amongst the 10 member states of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, which Vice Minister and I place a very high importance on. And, the Republic of China will indeed provide us the required platform for deepening economic engagement and promote regional economic integration. While market access for goods remain a pivotal key element in any FTA, equal emphasis is placed on the rules of origin. In order to enjoy the preferential tariff concession under the ASEAN-FTA, the products exported by ASEAN or the People's Republic of China must comply with the rules of origin. The two most important requirements under the ROO, or the rules of origins, are the criteria to qualify a good as originating within the FTA area or territory, and the operational certification of procedures, OCP, for issuance and verification of the Certificate of Origin, commonly known as Form E. In 2017, Malaysia had issued a total of 78,233 Certificate of Origin under the ASEAN-FTA, with a total free on board value amounting to 41.6 billion. For the first 7 months of 2018, a total of 58,476 of the Certificate of Origins were issued, with total FOB value amounting to 38.7 billion. Smart FTX. The Smart FTX, like the Vice Minister mentioned just now, is an application developed by APMEN that captures the FTA requirements, including the rules of origin, restrictions and documentation requirements, FTA rates, and etc. So it will make your business more easier when you're dealing through Smart FTX. I was made to understand that this ASEAN-China Smart FTX system is going online, made available in the English language for the first time, thereby allowing a broader access to English-speaking users. We are aware of the main challenges faced by our exporters and importers, among others, on the understanding of the rules of origin, terms and conditions in compliance with the FTA to reap the benefits of the FTA. This is also coupled with a high cost in establishing an in-house dedicated department or unit to manage the intricacies of the FTA. Hence, I'm glad that this initiative will provide greater assistance for our small, medium enterprises to leverage and optimize, and in optimizing the FTA's benefit in exporting their products globally, and I hope more to China, of course. Smart FTX will make importation and exportation processes more efficient by enabling the users to check the required rules of origin, documentary requirements, and corresponding preferential FTA tariffs. In conclusion, the sound cooperation and a long history within Malaysia and China in trade and investment, which were established in the 1970s, will harness further the trade performance within our nation. The visit by our Prime Minister, Tun Dr. Mahathir, recently, and the honorable welcome and a warm welcome given by China will always be remembered by the Malaysian people, Vice Minister. And this trade, this new smart FTX that we are announcing today is only but just one of the many friendship and close relationships that our countries will have. Now on that note, allow me to conclude by congratulating DMEX and APMEN on the successful launch of the smart FTX, and also congratulations to the People's Republic of China on the China International Import Expo at the same time. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Minister Daryl Linking. Mr. Wang Shouwen and Mr. Daryl Linking will have other important events, so they will leave first. Thank you again for presenting at this press conference. Thank you. So now I would like to invite Dr. Lili to give us an introduction on smart tax system.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. With increasing integration of global and regional economy, free trade agreements are playing more and more important role in the international economic relations. While removing the trade barriers, FTAs are also confusing enterprises with its complex rules ranging and documentary requirements. The difficulties of using FTA have been further amplified by spaghetti bowl phenomenon created by overlapped FTAs. For example, China and the Republic of Korea have signed bilateral FTA, while the Asia-Pacific Trade Agreement also applies to the trade between the two countries. The two agreements provide different tariff preference treatment for even the same HS code products, and the origin criteria and documentary requirements are also different. In addition, companies, especially small and medium companies, are usually faced with the lack of internal expertise and high compliance risks when applying for the FTA preferential tariffs. As a result, underutilization of FTAs is becoming a prominent problem worldwide. According to a survey by KPMG and Thomson Reuters in 2016, only 23% of companies are effectively utilizing FTA preferential tariffs in the Asia-Pacific region. Endorsed by the 22nd APEC Economic Leaders Meeting in 2014, Asia-Pacific Model Airport Network has been promoting trade facilitation and supply chain connectivity in the Asia-Pacific. To address the underutilization problem of FTAs, APMEN Operational Center has developed a smart FTX system. Smart FTX provides a one-stop system for companies to inquire FTA-related policies and enjoy the FTA preference, most of which are zero tariffs already. With a simple click in the system, companies can check and compare the lowest FTA tariffs for their specific products, easily calculate how much tax they need to pay and how much they can save by using FTA policies. They can also check what are the origin criteria and the related rules they need to comply with, as well as the document and the declaration requirements. Take grain from Malaysia, for example. The most favored nation rate is 20%. If a Malaysian exporter uses the smart FTX system, he will find that grain originated in Malaysia can enjoy zero tariff under the China-ASEAN FTA. and he can check all the relevant rules the ring needs to meet for the FTA preferential tariff. With this simple and easy inquiry, his export cost will decrease at least 20% when import into China market. Smart FDAX system has been launched on 2 IPMAN member airports, that are Shanghai Airport and Xiamen Airport, early this year. In the meanwhile, we have been working closely with CIIE, also IPMAN member airport and operator of Malaysia's International Trade Single Window platform to develop the first English version of Smart FDAX system. And today, we are more than happy to announce that it is launched. China is Malaysia's largest trading partner for 9 consecutive years since 2009. In 2017, Malaysia's trade with China increased to $70.2 billion. So we hope the system can bring the benefits of free trade to more businesses between China and Malaysia and enlarge the bilateral trade. Another news I want to share today is that AOC is discussing with International Trade Center to develop a smart tariff system for the 38 listed developed countries which have established diplomatic relations with China. China LDC's special preference system grants duty-free, quota-free access to Chinese market to most of the goods originated in LDCs. With a view to enlarging LDC's exports to China, AOC and ITC envisage to partner to develop a SPS application system. The system will provide an online tool for business, especially small-medium companies, to inquiry and verify information on SPS and to request certificates of origin under China LDC SPS system. AOC will develop the system in English and French in consultation with ITC and LDC's representatives. LDC's specific information on its domestic law and regulations will be populated in the system with the help from ITC. ITC would build the capacity of SMEs in LDCs to efficiently comply with rules ranging for export to China. This system will lift the utilization rate of SPS for LDC's businesses, which will contribute to the economic development of LDCs and a sustainable increase in international trade. So far, China has signed and implemented 17 free trade and regional trade agreements with 25 countries and regions. We look forward to cooperating with more trade partners to implement smart FDAX in these countries and regions. Last but not least, please allow me to extend my sincere gratitude for all the support we receive from China's Ministry of Commerce and Malaysia's Ministry of International Trade and Industry, as well as our Malaysia partner, CIIE. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Finally, I would like to invite Dr. Patrick Wong to introduce the launch of Smart FDAX system in Malaysia.
Thank you, Simon. A very good evening to Mr. Lee Yadong, Chairman of ADMAN, Datuk Samsul Hussein, Executive Chairman of Daganec Technology, Mr. Simon, Dr. Lily, distinguished guests, and our good friends at ADMAN, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be here today for this very memorable occasion related to forging a strong relationship between DNEX and ADMAN and the launch of Smart FDAX. I and some of my colleagues here have had deep involvement with ADMAN Operations Center, and we are proud to be part of this collaboration that will enhance the understanding among APEC economies and making progressive efforts for the benefit of APEC's supply chain connectivity and trade facilitation. Now, with more than 20 years of being in the regional trade facilitation landscape, it is important for us at DINEX that we design, develop, and offer reliable and efficient systems and applications that can help companies enhance their efficiency and profitability and make cross-border trade seamless and painless. Today, DINEX operates the Malaysia's national single window, which has connectivity to 35 government agencies. We process more than 100 million transactions a year. We have more than 35,000 PCO customers who are the potential customers of FTA, Smart FTA. And also we have more than 200,000 customers for the non-PCO, which also can be the customer for Smart FTA. We have 6 main services under the Malaysian National Single Window Platform, which is the e-declare, e-PCO, e-manifest, e-permit for dangerous goods, as well as e-payment. So what we are also providing, next stage is actually to come out with a B2B platform, which is targeted at regional level, which is called SEALNET, S-E-A-L-N-E-T, which stands for Southeast Asia Logistic Network. So this is a platform that we intend to sit and connect to the various countries' B2G or NSW platform, thereby creating a highway among ASEAN countries. So we already have set up JV in Thailand, set up a subsidiary in Indonesia. We are also moving into Philippines, Vietnam, and also working a lot with the associations. So our CNET platform, it will have a lot of B2B services, which we believe that is going to be the future of trade facilitation. For example, we will have marine cargo insurance, we will have trade financing, we will have track and trace, cargo visibility, we also have possibly trade settlement, trade settlement for cross-border transactions. And CNET, eventually we hope to connect to NewNet, which is currently a network established between China, Japan, and Korea. As we've discussed with the 2 ministers just now, our Malaysian minister, very supportive of our initiative. So we hope that we can actually expand these services beyond Malaysia. Okay, Smart FTX will leverage on the strong formulation of domain knowledge, experience, and synergy between DINEX and Admin. With the all-new Smart FTX, our own CNET, as I've just explained, which is a web-based one-stop portal for total cargo and trade management services, will definitely enable DINEX to support Malaysian SME with the provision of real-time accuracy on FTA preferential tariffs, enabling them to check the rules of origin, document requirements, preferential FTA tariffs, and calculate tariff savings, which is very, very key. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's milestone is very important to us. China remains as one of Malaysia's single largest trading partner, with exports increased by 11% from January to June and 16% from January to August this year, compared to the same period in 2017. And last year alone, Malaysia's annual total exports to China stands at approximately $30 billion. As Malaysian traders destined to China grow in numbers and the volume increases consequently, we believe that the Smart FTA Act will make exporting to China easier with seamless processing and referencing, especially for small and medium-sized enterprises. On this note, I would like to thank Edmund, our main partner, to launch this exciting platform, and the relevant stakeholders for the opportunity and trust in our capabilities. We are truly excited about this cooperation and synergy that hopefully it will bear fruit in the coming years to come. And we intend to continue to expand and to support trade facilitation not only in Malaysia but also in this region and also connected to North Asia. Let us keep this momentum going and strive to do more and beyond Malaysia. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Patrick. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia is the first step for smart FATAC system. We will promote this system to all the countries and regions that have signed or will sign free trade agreement with China, including other ASEAN countries. We hope to get your continued support to send this news to business communities home and abroad. This is the end of today's press release. Thank you very much.